Yo, 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 what's going on? Got that episode today as we're getting ready for that partial lunar eclipse. Man, I don't know if you guys have been feeling this lately, but I've been feeling the inner shift, still doing semen retention, channeling all that energy into my disciplines, working with crystals, following God. Man, the whole shebang, man, the whole shebang. And I gotta say, man, this time, here's what's been updating behind the scenes. Number one, I have been slowly moving away from watching all, not just some, but all semen retention videos because I feel like I'm finally outgrowing that whole niche. And what that means to me is basically saying, I've heard it all, bro. Like, I've heard it all. Like, there's nothing new in the semen retention community that I haven't already heard, right? It's the same thing just being, remade, remixed by different people, and there's nothing new under the sun in that niche. And so I've pretty much branched off, just like woo, branched off, following God, still doing my discipline, still retaining my sexual energy, but it's not the main focus of my life anymore because I've already found a system that regulates my entire being on a daily basis. I don't even think about it anymore. And it's funny because now I don't even like to be sexually stimulated by anyone or anything because it disrupts my nervous system. And I'm at a point in a season in my life where I enjoy peace. I dislike chaos because if you guys watch my previous videos, before I moved to this area in Rhino, Denver, like I I never shared this with you guys, but I lived in a cockroach infested unit for about 4 years, okay? And I moved there as a last minute resort. Maybe I'll tell you guys the story about that later, but God helped me find a place last minute within like 3 days. And unfortunately, yes, it was cockroach infested, but God got me through, right? The first 2 years were fine. It was quiet, dealing with the cockroaches, pretty much treating them like roommates. And no matter what I did, they'd come back, right? Because the whole building was infested. And then the last 2 years I was there was so chaotic, especially if you work with crystals, Moldavite energy, all that stuff, and you feel people's energies. I was living in a war zone, right? Like the whole place was so low frequency. A bunch of Venezuelans moved in. They were so chaotic, kids yelling, them yelling, slamming doors. There was no peace, right? It was like me walking into a war zone every single day. And so finally this year, right, after God built all that resilience in me, kept my sanity, right, through all that BS, I'm finally in a place where I'm in a peaceful, calm environment, super high end, thanks to God, so blessed, so grateful after all the BS that I endured. And now I don't tolerate any of that BS, right? No chaos, no, I don't want any loud crap near me. Like, I just want peace, right? And so, with this being said, I don't even like to be sexually stimulated anymore. The more that I do my disciplines, which are six main ones, seven, technically it's seven, but six main ones every single day. It would be seven if I worked out every day, but I don't. I have certain days that I do, certain days that I don't. It's just how my body has been adapting. And that's something I really wanted to share. The more that I continue growing, the more that I realize that I don't need to be working out every day. I just need to transmute every single body part once a week and I'm good. Because the rest of my disciplines handle everything else. And they're creating an internal change, internal stability that's not physically seen, but it's felt, right? It's felt when you go through tests, it's felt when you're tested by people. It's that inner stability that no matter what happens to you, you just don't shake, right? And I'm still growing in that. I'm still being trained in that, but I'm starting to find more value in building the inner man than the external. Because for a good part of my life, I focused on the external, chasing goals, chasing this, building the physique, building all of that. And granted, I got it. I got everything I pretty much ever wanted in life, but it always left me empty. And now, with these disciplines, channeling and aligning with God, I realized I don't need to chase anything anymore. Like, I just need to become the person God needs me to be, and everything falls into place naturally with that alignment, with that frequency that I attract, with that frequency and the level that I'm on. And so, with that being said, like if this opens up your eyes, maybe some of you guys are ready to hear this and you're like, holy crap, like why am I chasing crap that the world wants me to chase instead of aligning to my divine purpose, right? Because God's the only one who knows why you're really here on earth. And I got to tell you, whatever God has planned for you is way better than anything you think you need or think that you want, right? Because a lot of these guys who do SR and SR alone, they're lost, man. They're chasing things that they think they want, the money, the wealth, all of that. And like, granted, God gives you that, but he does it his way. When he builds the man, right? He has to build the man first, not just the external, but the internal as well. The internal is probably the most important, but the external is just as important as well because you need to have a good vessel, a strong vessel, a healthy vessel, right? But I really wanted to share this with you guys because a lot is changing. Right now I have Epidote, like I said, in my hands. For some reason I was drawn to this. I read that it pretty much just amplifies whatever energy you're currently carrying right now. And I still wear Moldavite. For those of you who have been watching me since I started my Moldavite videos, I still work with that crystal, Tektite, whatever you want to call it. I still work with that. And I highly recommend you guys do. Stay aligned with God. Add that energy retention, man. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. But like I said, I'm starting to move away from that because it's just becoming like a background program. It's just automatically operating, right? Automatically operating, and everything as I do my disciplines, everything else updates and upgrades, and challenges come. I'm just gonna keep it straight. I'm not gonna be out here like, oh, life is easy, yada, yada, yada. But the tests are very predictable, right? Because every time you level up your inner man, you got to get tested to see if you'll break or if you'll maintain your frame, okay? And don't get me wrong, like sometimes like somebody will just get in front of me and their energy is so off, I get so mad, and then I'm like, all right, this is just a test. This is just a test. So I got to get used to it because every day I'm growing, bro. Every day I'm growing internally. So every day I'm being tested, but they become predictable, right? You learn how to read the spiritual world, when nobody else is like paying attention. You become so aware of things that nobody else does, right? Like right now, the partial eclipse, bro, the partial lunar eclipse. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be posting just like me, but they don't even know why. It's because of the energy, right? A lot of people feel these shifts and they don't even know why. While I'm sitting here observing NPCs like, oh yeah, I'm observing the patterns, bro. I'm observing the patterns. They don't even know what's going on. And some of you watching this do because you have been awakened. And so you become really good. You become very aware of patterns. Like I know how to navigate my entire city, like through patterns. I already know which pockets are quiet. I know which pockets are loud. I know the timing of everything. I know how to navigate this whole damn city without being seen. And that's exactly the kind of advanced level you want to get to. And I'm excited to see where else this goes. So right now, maybe you might be drawn to Epidote, or I don't know, man, get your crystals out. I'm telling you, man, I'm feeling this partial lunar eclipse. Today is 26/26. I'm all about that numerology too. Like, you got to pay attention to that. And as you continue to walk with God, retain, work with crystals, all of this becomes apparent to you. You see everything that other people don't because they're just on autopilot. They're just on autopilot. So I wanted to share this with you real quick. A quick update. Man, let's see where we go, man. Let's see where we go. Until next time, hasta la vista, baby.